Welcome, Mech Commanders. My name is DanielAKA, and thank you for joining me as today we bring you a video about Battletech from Hairbrained Schemes. The game just the other day, as of recording this video, came out with their backer beta, which is very limited in scope but gives us the ability to play the game. And before we jump into a game, we're going to spend this video looking through what we have so far. It shouldn't be a very long video, but if you have any comments, please leave them in the comments section below. The game, as it comes with the backer, with the beta here, is limited to single-player skirmish against the AI, 4-on-4 mechs. Eventually, we will have mech labs for customization of mechs, multiplayer, and single-player campaign. But at the moment, it's only single-player skirmish. So, as you see right now, most of these buttons are limited or locked out here. All we have is a single-player button and a help button, which launches the PDF. So let's go ahead and go into single-player here.
Welcome, Commander.
So this is the single-player skirmish. The game puts you as your 4 mechs versus your opponent's 4 mechs. At the moment, that's all we have is just 4v4. And there are a total of 20 mechs with 32 total variants among these. So let's go and start at the top and go down, look through these. So we have the Atlas, the AS-7D. The Atlas of the King of the Battlefield, capable of bringing a dizzying array of weapons to bear on targets at any range with 19 tons of armor and a Defiance AC-20 as its main gun. Few opponents can survive even brief contact with the Atlas. This is your standard rock-solid Atlas. If you're used to playing more recent Battletech, the game is set in the Succession Wars era. You as a mercenary, so around the 3025 era. So all of this is going to be with that. So we have a really standard loadout here. We get a general bar graph of the capabilities for these guys, initiative, speed, what have you. I'll go into some of this later. You get a 11.4 million, I'm assuming that's C-bills, in cost. And this is a 100-ton monstrosity. There's the 100-ton right here. Assault mech, meaning 80 to 100 tons, and there's the variant. So we have 3 medium lasers, 4 medium lasers, an AC-20, LRM-20, and SRM-6. So we have a Battlemaster. Now the Battlemaster, I do believe, is using the artwork as all of the unseen mechs are. If you're curious about that, go ahead and if you Google Battletech Unseen, you'll understand. But we have the Unseen from the MechWarrior Online, which a lot of those look very well done. So, versatile and powerful, the Battlemaster is one of the most well-known battle mechs in existence. 6 medium lasers, a PPC, 2 machine guns, and an SRM-6 rack. The Battlemaster can engage enemies from any range and packs a powerful punch. So the Battlemaster is a really well-rounded machine. You got long range, short range, medium range. It kind of does everything. We got 2 variants of the Victor. You have the standard Victor, the VTR-9B. It's a 8-ton assault mech. Few assault mechs mount jump jets, but the Victor 9B is one of them with an AC-20 main gun, 2 medium lasers, and SRM-4 rack. The 9B is a deadly opponent with superior mobility for its size. Unfortunately, it comes at a cost against similarly sized mechs. The 9B is distinctly more vulnerable. Its armor is a lot lacking. The VTR-9S changes out the SRM-4 for an SRM-6, makes it a little more effective at close range, but it has even less armor. So the Victor's is an interesting mech. It has high mobility for its tonnage. It's got a really heavy punch up close, not much in long range. We have one variant of the Awesome, the Standard. Yep, the AWS-AT. The AT variant of the Awesome replaces. Oh, actually no, this is a different one here. I must have been looking at something else. So the normal Awesome has 3 PPCs. This one has LRM-15s and 2 large lasers. It's more of a missile boat. Replace the PPCs with 2 LRM-15 racks and 2 large lasers, as well as dropping 5 heat sinks. Provides the 8T with greater versatility at the cost of becoming more ammo dependent and greater heat. So that is the Awesome. Oh, there's the other version of the Awesome. As an assault mech suited for long-range support, 3 PPCs, 28 heat sinks, allows it to deal a massive punishment. The Awesome is an incredible machine if you know how to pilot it properly, but it doesn't do well when you get extreme close range, or as well. So it's interesting. These are out of order. That's going to be a bug since these. Actually, no. This is based off of cost. Here we go. Tonnage, Battlemaster, Awesome. Yeah, Victor. Here's the Orion. The first 2 heavy mech, multi-role brawler. The Orion can engage enemies at a variety of ranges and plenty of armor. Can survive combined firepower for some time. Slow but powerful. The Orion is a true workhorse of a heavy mech at 75 tons. It has an AC-10, LRM-15. Medium laser, SRM-4, a couple medium lasers, so it's very versatile. The Orion V has 3 tons less armor than the K model, making for an additional SRM-4 rack in the right arm, increases its power, but many pilots consider the loss of armor to be risky, and I would have to agree, especially packing more ammo in. We have 2 variants of the Jaeger mech. The Jaeger Mech Ace is specifically modified for anti-aircraft long-range firepower, scrapping 2 AC-5s. This model placed in the 2 LRM-15s and 2 more tons of armor. Tonnage. The other Jaeger mech is a heavy mech specializing in long-range direct fire. While lightly armored for its tonnage, it can direct withering of AC to an AC-5 at distant targets. So the normal Jaeger mech has AC-2, AC-5, 2 AC-2s and 2 AC-5s. It's more of a long-range shooter. The catapult, we have the CPLT-C1 fire support mech. This, I believe, is the standard variant. Please correct me if I'm wrong. It has medium lasers, 2 LRM-15s. It's just a missile boat. Can continue fire after ammo runs dry, but 2 LRM-15 racks, 4 medium lasers, also one of the few heavy with jump jets. Yep. So we have 2 quick draws. These are on the lower range of the heavies. We have the QKD-5A chassis design. The 5A chassis design to give the mech more endurance than the stock 4G, which I'll get to in a second. By removing the LRM-10, 2 additional medium lasers, 4 additional heat sinks could be mounted. Unfortunately, the 5A still runs too hot. Yeah, so the 5A... SRM-4 medium laser, medium laser, medium laser, medium laser. 6 medium lasers. Yeah, that's a lot of medium lasers. The 4G, geared for close to mid-range combat. Jump jets allowed to defy it. Quickly control the battlefield. Definitely control the battlefield. Unfortunately, the 13 sinks means it's difficult for pilots to bring all the weapons to bear at once. This can run through. We have the Shadowhawk and the Griffin, which are 2 of the Unseens. Classic machines here. So the Shadowhawk SHD-25, 25-ton medium mech. If I can click on things correctly here. Medium line mech used across the nose space, excels at nothing, but does not lack in any single area. With jump jets and a mix of weapons, it can keep any enemy on its toes. So, medium laser, LRM-5, AC-5, SRM-2. It's a very average loadout, but the Shadowhawk is one of the classic machines. The 2D Shadowhawk, for upgrade the Shadowhawk's close range damage output, the 2D model sacrifices a lot of armor with an additional SRM-2 rack. The 2D excels at first strikes, but it's comparatively flimsy for protection, leaves it vulnerable to enemy fire. So, it has more, let's see here. Yeah, sacrifices a lot of armor, but gives you an extra SRM-2. I don't know if that's really worth it, but it is what it is. The Griffin, the GRF-1N. Few mechs can match ubiquity of the Griffin 1N, combining high mobility, jump jets, and long range. The 1N is near perfect medium fire support mech. With a single PPC and LRM-10 rack, the 1N can met out punishment over a variety of ranges. So that's all it has, is a PPC and LRM-10 and jump jets. So it is a long range shooter. It does quite well though. So Shadowhawk. There we go. Griffin 1S. The 1S variant of the Griffin trades long-range versatility, dropping the LRM-10 for an LRM-5. The 1S also trades PPC for a large laser, 2 medium lasers, increasing the close-in firepower. 4 heat sinks help manage the heat. And you can see the details on the right there. The Kintaro I'm not familiar with. One of the most heavily armed medium mechs that won the Kintaro 1 Yeah, the Kintaro 18 is a close-range brawler. 3 SRM-6 packs. 2 medium lasers are capable of slagging most mechs with only a few volleys, but pilots should beware as it runs very hot. Yes. We have the Hunchback. This is the HBK 4G. We have another one, and we have 2 Centurions. We have another Trebuchet here. Yeah. So, the Hunchback 4G is a platform built around a primary weapon, a pair of medium lasers, and an AC-20. It's not that fast, but for its size, it's a massive, massive cannon. The Centurion CN9A, designed to complement the Trebuchet, is a spider and direct line mech, in addition to 8.5 tons of armor. The CN9A is armed with an AC-10, 2 medium lasers, LRM-10 rack, making it both powerful and versatile. One mech I wish they'd add to this is the CN9 YLW, the Yinlo Wing, which is a classic from the fiction. The CN9AL reduces the ammo capacity, scraps the AC-10 with a large laser and a small laser. Adds 6 sinks and 2 tons of armor, so it doesn't have as much of initial punch, but it doesn't have the ammo limitations. Similarly, the Hunchback 4P removes the AC-20 with 6 medium lasers, so a much higher damage output in close range, but it cranks the heat. And the Trebuchet is a fire support mech. It has 2 LRM-15s for massive long-range damage, 3 medium lasers for short range, has paper-thin armor. It's got a lot of firepower for its size. We're getting towards the bottom here. We have the Vindicator. It's a medium mech, 45 tons. The 1R is designed by committee to be a cheap, easy-to-manufacture jack-of-all-trades. Surprisingly, the 1R has proven itself a capable fighter, projecting respectable firepower with a PPC, LRM-5, and medium laser. One as mobile as other medium mechs, and does not carry jump jets, and is both heavily armored and very heat efficient. So the Vindicator is a pretty good workhorse. The Panther, light support mech, the 9R is capable of providing powerful covering fire. The 9R usually covers fast-moving light mechs to the engaged enemy, but it's equally at home using its jump jets to flank. So the Panther has a SRM-4. We have a PPC. It just jumps in and fires. It's pretty heavily used by House Kurita, if I remember correctly, the Draconis Combine. We have the Jenner. Yes, this is a classic Kurita vehicle, the JR7D. Both Scout and Fast Harasser are almost as quick as the Spider and Locust. The Jenner is much more heavily armed with 4 medium laser and SRM-4 rack. It also supports top-of-the-line jump jets for added mobility. Fast, hits hard. Yeah. The Urban Mech is a light mech which has an AC-10. It's designed for exactly what the name implies, combat in dense urban areas. As such, the R60 is heavily armored, but it's extremely slow. It's really slow. Despite its integrated jump jets armed with a small laser and AC-10, that's the R60 is a deadly opponent against similar sized mechs if you can get close enough to fight them. That's the point. If you can't get there, it can just get hammered at light range. It doesn't have the weight to carry a lot of armor. We have 3 variants of the Locust, 2 variants of the Commando. So the COM-1B, a Lorian variant of the Commando 2D. The 1B model eschews the larger SM rack of the more common model exchanged for a large laser and SRM-2. Gives the 1B a larger attack range as well as less reliance on resupply during protracted battles. So that has SRM-6, SRM-4 medium laser. The classic Commando, the COM-2D, stand-up fighter of the Commando 2D, leaves a lot to be desired. Hit-and-run mech, however, few pilots can follow the 2D's loadout. With medium laser, SRM-6, and SRM-4, the 2D can deal far more punishment than it suggests, which is actually true, especially for its light size. Alright. Then, finally, we have 3 Locusts. Alright. The Locust LCT-1V. One of the lightest and fastest mechs ever entered into service, originally conceived of as a riot suppression vehicle, the 1V serves as a scout in modern battlefield. Lightly armed and armored, is extremely fragile. That is the truth. This thing has a medium laser and a couple of machine guns. And some machine gun ammo. The Locust LCT-1S Close combat variant, the machine guns have been swapped with two racks at the cost of 1 ton of armor. So it still has paper-thin armor. There's nothing changed to that. If you hit a locust, something's probably fallen off. But it has a harder punch. And the final mech, the LCT-1M, the Locust, the 1M variant of Locust gear to take advantage of the platinum speed to defend it at long range. Armed with 2 LRM 5 racks, placed the machine guns. The 1M is essentially unarmored. It has only 1 ton of armor. Not much of anything at all. Okay, so there are all of the different mechs. Now, with, let's say, light battle. Yeah. Versus light assault. That's fine there. All right. So in addition to this, we have a bunch of, in this case, 8 different mech warriors. And the mech warriors all have different stuff associated with them. You've got the classic tools of gunnery and piloting here. All right, so the gunnery determines your ranged attack to hit percentage. So instead of just rolling dice straight up, this game has a percentage chance to hit. Piloting determines melee and death from above hit percentages. Tactics, here, TAC, determines your line of sight distance, information gained from radar blips, and your called attack to hit percentage. In this game, if you shut down or get knocked over, you can have things that will lock onto you. And called shots. Guts determines how much heat you can build up before overheating, which should be pretty much the same for everybody there. And everyone also has these special abilities. In the beta version of this game, all of the different pilots have one special ability, and down the road, people will be able to get more over time. So, sensor lock allows you to lock onto things. It eliminates the evasive defensive bonus, which you can get by running, things like that. We'll dive into this on a later episode when we start fighting the combat itself, but Tactician is initiative, Angel of Death, more jump distance, multi-target, up to, you can fire at multiple targets there, ignore cover and guarded because of precision strike, gain guarded when you remain stationary to reduce damage. They have the preferred battle mechs on the right. Very interesting. So, blank and... yeah, we'll just do a light battle there. And let's say if we went to a heavy one... yeah, heavy battle. Commando, Panther, Orion, Atlas. Vindicator, Centurion, Orion, awesome. So... you have your different vehicles, then you have your maps. There's a few different maps here. River, a lake, Death Valley, I'm guessing is Valley, River Crossing, and the Stacks. Yep. And then you have Foggy Day or Night, Rainy Day, Sunset, Twilight. Overall, I'm liking what I'm seeing so far. It's going to be subtly different from what we've played on the tabletop, but at the same time, it will be very familiar. Very familiar. And they've got a lot of mechs in the system, and with the variety that is out there with Battletech in general, we're going to have all kinds of things down the road that we'll be able to take advantage of. But... I think we're going to call this episode here. In the next episode, we're going to start getting into combat, but we've done a quick overview at the mechs included in Battletech by Hairbrained Schemes. Hope you all have enjoyed. As always, my name is Daniel. Thank you for watching. You have a good day.